Hey guys, happy Sunday. Today I decided to come down here to Brown County State Park. I don't really have a set route today. Starting out on Trail 5 at the right by the campground. I got a map. I think I'm gonna do like maybe start at 5, maybe do a little bit of 4, do Trail 8. I'm not sure. My Apple Watch is kind of low on battery, so I'm not tracking my mileage, but I am trying the Gaia app, or Gaia, however you pronounce that, today. We'll see if that can track for me on my phone. But yeah, this is my version of social distancing. Yeah, that's plenty of social distance. Anyway, here we go. Just getting started here. I thought I'd give you guys a little ride along on shoulder cam. Haven't tried this view yet before. A little bit higher than the normal chest attachment that you've seen before. Might get a little better perspective from my eye level. Actually, my chin level. Starting off on this pretty steep descent. I'm actually surprised it's not really that muddy out today. After the all-day rain and snow yesterday, I thought it'd be a mucky mess down here, but looks pretty dry, at least on this hill anyway. I guess that makes sense. Water runs off the hill. We'll see how it is at the bottom down here. Kind of see this valley I'm walking into, the little creek down there. This is like the some kind of a nature preserve trail. It's only like a half mile. It's not very long, but then we start branching off into other park trails. So this is kind of a touristy area. I guess the whole park is, but especially the initial part of this trail I'm on. Got some nice steps going down this hill here. I was hoping to try out my new pack today. I got it in the mail on Friday from ULA out of Logan, Utah. But I ordered a small. I mean, you're probably asking, why in the world you order a small? You're a big guy, Terry. Well, backpacks are based on your torso length, which is the length from your C7 vertebrae. It's like that bump in the bottom of your neck when you top of your back, bottom of your neck when you bend your head down. You measure from there down to your iliac crest, which is basically the top of your hip bone. Draw a line from there to your back. Anyway, you measure that distance up to the C7 vertebrae, and that's your torso length. And backpacking, you have sizes are based on that torso length. I'm a big guy, obviously, but I have a pretty short torso length. I'm about 5'9", 5'10". But apparently, with my torso length of like 18 inches, that falls to the top of the small category. Well, anyway, I ordered a small from ULA. They sent it to me, and it's too small. So they're measuring is a little different than what I'm used to. I actually need a medium, like the low end of a medium, so I was about an inch off. I could have used the small. I mean, I'd been fine with it, but it's an expensive pack, so I want to get the proper size. So they're a great customer service company, so I'm going to mail it back Monday. And I've already emailed the owner. He's a great guy. He's going to send me out a medium to replace it. So I'll have my new pack hopefully in the next week and a half. And when I get it, I'll do a video to kind of tell you my gear load out for my first backpacking trip, which is going to be, when I say backpacking, I mean overnight backpacking, which is going to be probably towards the end of this month. So I made it down to the bottom. Still not muddy, so that's good. I don't mind the mud. I got my boots on. I'm prepared for it, but it's much easier to hike when it's not muddy. I've seen some pictures of online of a couple hiking groups I'm in on Facebook. There are parts of Indiana where there are some wildflowers starting to bloom, but I don't see any down here. I mean, we are kind of in this valley, but there was none towards the top either. But I'll keep my eye out. It's about around 40 degrees today. A little bit of a wind, but perfect hiking weather. I just have on a base layer and actually 2 base layers, thin base layers. And a very thin puffy vest. Light gloves, which I'll be shedding these here pretty soon because my hands start to sweat pretty easily when I'm hiking. Hey, first creek crossing. Nailed that one. Anyway, I want to boogie down here, give you a view of what I've come down. Kind of cool down here. In the summer, this is timber rattlesnake country. But in the winter, they're all holed up. But these semi-sunny days, you still got to watch this time of year because they may come up to sun. But the trails are pretty clear. There's not a lot of leaves. You're not going to step on a rattlesnake. In the summer, you got to really watch because they're everywhere. There's some big rattlesnakes out here and copperheads too. That's the dangerous wildlife of Indiana. We don't have bears, mountain lions. There might be a few. There's definitely coyotes everywhere, but they're very skittish and afraid of humans. There are bobcats, but it's very rare to find one of them. You're very lucky if you see one. I've never seen one, but when people see them and put videos on YouTube, it's like people are like, whoa, I've never seen one of those in my life. But yeah, rattlesnakes the game down here. Anyway, I'm gonna hike. I'll get back with you in a bit. So I don't know if those are geese or frogs or what. I think they're frogs. I'm at the tip of Ogle Lake in Brown County State Park. Really cool. It's coming from that direction over there. If it's geese, I can't see them. They're on the other side. But there are some geese right down here. If anybody knows what that sound is, let me know. Anyway, here's Ogle Lake. I've hiked on the other side of this lake before, but not this side. So this is funny. I burned the battery out of my GoPro already. What's funny and why I'm laughing is because I actually have 2 extra batteries. I have 3 GoPro batteries, but I forgot to bring the other 2. But even so, just a little trip like this, usually 1 battery lasts me all day, but I must have left the video on, like, in my pocket for a long time. That's all right. I'll finish out this video with my cell phone. It should be all right. I didn't bring my my good camera, my Fuji X-T30 mirrorless. I actually have you've probably seen in my videos, I have it on my shoulder strap. I have like a Peak Design hook for it right there. I just decided not to bring it today. Just wanted to do some videos, but yeah, continuing this loop. When I get up to the top here, I should have some excellent views I'll show you. So I made it to the West End Loop, West Loop or something. Anyway, it's a West something lookout. Kind of a cool tower here, but I'm not going up there. There's people up there, but kind of hard to tell right now. But there's a killer view over there if you're a little bit higher. But it's probably about a half mile down this trail. I got to turn around and go right back the same way I came. Kind of a cool lookout shelter up here. But there's another great view here in about a mile. I'll give you a better view there. So back to trail. So I'm back at trail 8, the one I was on. The spur trail I took to that shelter, that lookout, was that way. I came from that way. So I'm gonna keep going this way. Again, the opposite way of I was planning on going, since I missed my turn a long time ago, which I hopefully got that on video before my camera died, my GoPro died. But anyway, this should take us to Hesitation Point. I haven't been there. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's a lookout. But there's another one coming right up here, these picnic tables, up here in this opening. I know there's a good view there. I've been there before, but I'll show you that here in a second. Here's a decent view for you. Thought I'd stop here on this picnic table and have some trail mix and water, a little snack. There's some people out on the trails today, not a lot, but it's Sunday afternoon. It's a nice day. Hear cars going by. I'm right by one of the main roads to the park here. But enjoying my social distancing today. Tell you what, hiking is not a bad thing to be into when you gotta be away from people. I certainly love it. I think I was ahead of the curve there on the get away from people thing. But anyway, I'm gonna drink some water, get some snacks, and get back on the trail. I'll get back with you. All right, I'm at the right intersection. Hesitation Point it is. Let's go see what Hesitation Point really is. I have no idea. So I forgot about all these steps. I did do this trail last summer. I remember this now. I can't remember how many hundreds of steps these are, but it's not bad. I remember I walked up them last year. I guess I'm walking down them this year, but even last year wasn't that bad. But yeah, here we go. But back there at Hesitation Point, really best view by far here that I've seen so far. But after I took that picture and made my little funny hesitation video back there, I met some girl. She asked me if I was like training for a hike or something, because I got my pack and my poles. I guess I look like I'm really serious out here, but told her no, but I do have a few trips planned this year. They're not planned yet, but in my mind they're planned. We talked about the Appalachian Trail and the Foothills Trail that I did last December, but yeah, get me excited for the summer. So I'm gonna put this phone down and walk down all these steps. So wow, this part of the stairs got wiped out by that tree at some point recently. See, there's where it hit. It split the tree. Man, it just demolished all the rails on this section. Well, I made it down the steps about a quarter mile ago, back down to the bottom by the stream. This is going to complete my loop. I'll eventually here pretty soon join back up on the trail I was on to get back to that parking lot in the lake. Once I'm at the lake, I'll go around the other side of the lake to get back up to the campground where I parked my car. So I probably got another couple miles left. I'm not sure how far I've gone so far. I'm guessing at least 6 miles. But I feel great. I feel like I just started. So that 10 miler last weekend really got me into hiking shape, I think. But starting to cloud up. It is a little bit cooler now. If I stop, like to take a break or take a picture or something, it does get pretty chilly pretty fast. But once I get moving, I'm back to getting warm again. So it's all good. Hey Dad, if you're watching this, your arch bridges are a lot better than this one. So you guys remember that bridge crossing sequence I did earlier? That's where I turned left. So when I did that, I was going the opposite way of the way I wanted to go, but it worked out. It's a big loop. I just came from that way. Heading back. So I'm back to Ogle Lake, off of Trail 8, getting back on Trail 7, which takes me back to 5, which goes to my car. But I'm back here to the lake, as you can see. First time I came around that side of the lake. This time I'm gonna go around this way, do that side of the lake. Man, it got chilly and overcast all of a sudden. I'm not cold, I mean, I feel good hiking, but I just hope it doesn't rain on me the next 30 minutes till I get back to the car. So on this side of the lake, the trail splits. Trail 7, which is what I'm gonna do, just that side of the lake where those people are walking. But Trail 9 is a really challenging one. I did it last year. It actually goes up that ridge, way up into those hills and way back in the backcountry a little ways, about 4 miles, 3 or 4 miles. That's a challenging route if you guys want a good workout. Trail 9. I'm gonna come back in the spring when there's leaves and kind of kind of do it again. But lots of ups and downs, a lot of pretty country back in there. But that's about a 6 or 7 mile loop, maybe seven or 8. But I've already knocked off about probably 5 or 6 miles today, so I definitely do not want to add 7 more. So I'm gonna take this way, and I think the car is just the other side of that lake and about a half mile further, maybe a mile. I'm probably about a mile away. So here's a tip for you guys. If you're walking around Ogle Lake, see the other side is where I was initially. See, it's really flat, and the whole trail is next to the shore over there. Pretty easy on that side. Well, if you want more of a challenge, walk this side of the lake. It's more up and down. I mean, it's not like hard. I mean, you can see the lake's down there. It's about as high as you get. But you go up and down a few times. A little better workout. This side of the lake kind of reminds me of Eagle Creek Park and the trails along the lake that go up and down. But yeah, if you're here for an easy hike at Ogle Lake, go on that side. If you want to get your blood pumping a little bit, go on this side. There you go. So for those of you playing at home, Trail 7 is that side of the lake I walked around. See it right there. Trail 4 is what I need to get back to my car. So it turns this way. 7 continues down that end of the lake and merges back into the Trail 5 that I started on. But I want a little variety, so I'm gonna take Trail 4, which takes me to the other side of the parking lot I started on. So remember that if you ever come out here. So I'm glad I did come up Trail 4 this time. Really good view of the lake up here. In the summer you wouldn't be able to see it very well. It looks awesome now. And down here I can hear those frogs or geese or whatever they are that you heard on the way in. Whew. Made it to the ridge off Trail 4. Good view up here on both sides. Tell you what, man, Trail 4 coming up from Ogle Lake, that's a killer. That reminded me of that Trail 9 stuff I was telling you about. Glad I went that way. Great workout. So yeah, that side of Ogle Lake and Trail 4, take that if you want to get the blood pumping. I probably got about a half mile back to the car. I'm up on this ridge, so I think my climbing is pretty much done. I might have a little bit left, but great day of hiking. So I'm back at the trailhead. I made it. It's about 7.5 mile loop in about 4 hours flat. Pretty good workout today. I started at the car camping campground here. If you know what that's at in the state park. I started on this side on Trail 5 in the Ogle Hollow Nature Preserve. Took Trail 5, connected to Trail 7 around Ogle Lake. The back end of Ogle Lake, I took Trail 8, which is a big giant loop back there. Back to Ogle Lake. Went to the other side of Ogle Lake, which is a little more challenging. I mean, it was easy, but a little more hilly than the other side, the original side I took. Then I took, instead of coming back on Trail 5 over here, I took Trail 4 from Ogle Lake all the way back to the parking lot, which ended on this side of the parking lot. But I'm telling you, that's a hell of a workout, that Trail 4. This way from the start, you go down pretty steep, then it just flattens out pretty much all the way to the lake. But it's really quick, steep downhill. I'm telling you what, man, Ogle Lake, Trail 4 over here, from the lake all the way up here was all uphill. Mostly about 95% uphill. So it was a great workout. So if you come here, just so you know, the Trail 5 side of the lake is a lot easier than the Trail 4 side of the lake. So anyway, thanks for watching, and get outside, man. Social distancing, it's fun.